Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspiring Chaos. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Eunice. I'm the host and founder of this amazing Discerning community, and welcome to the first episode of 2023 and the first episode of season 4. It is crazy. Thank you so much for sticking around. It is crazy to say that we are already in our fourth season. Having such amazing people forming part of the podcast is absolutely insane. And I'm very excited for you to hear the upcoming guests, which I can't wait for you to hear their inspiring stories. Some of them I did record last year, and some of them I did record this year. So, um, I think you can tell a little bit because I was sick by the end of last year. So, thank you for those who let me interview them. I really appreciate it. So for this episode, I wanted to kind of update you guys about what's happening with the podcast, what's going on, and all the new things that are happening. So yeah, before that, go follow us in all our platforms at Inspiring Chaos with Eunice. We officially have TikTok, YouTube, and also Instagram. So follow us all there with the same Inspiring Chaos with Eunice, and you'll get updates about anything and everything through there. A few of the updates that are happening, I did mention on Instagram already. So if you want to be the first to know more behind the scenes and more about the updates that are happening, I recommend following our Instagram. Um, so, as I mentioned, I want this episode to be about updates about what's happening and all that. So, starting off with the biggest update for this new year, I knew that I needed to take another step of faith, another step out of my comfort zone, and I knew that the next option should be to create a website. It has been on my mind for a while, and I knew that if I didn't start now or I didn't create one, I would always have an excuse to not make one. So I decided by the end of 2022, the beginning of 2023, that I was going to focus my time and energy in creating a website. So we officially have a website, guys, which is crazy. It is www.inspiringchaoswitheunice.com. I even forgot about it. Inspiringchaoswitheunice.com. And basically there you'll find everything from our podcast, our YouTube, our social medias, our how can we connect with each other more. And also there in our website, we do have a link to our Google form, which is want to be forming part or want to be part of Inspiring Chaos or the podcast, where you can submit your form. And I will love to interview you if you'd like to share your story, your inspiring story with all of us. And I think you can tell I have not recorded an episode in a very long time because I am stuttering and I'm talking really fast. But I really want this episode to be short and sweet and straight to the point because I just can't wait for you guys to hear the first guest on Sunday. But I honestly just want to thank you guys for sticking along and for allowing me to create this amazing and extraordinary community that we now have a website that not only, as I mentioned, has a podcast or YouTube channel, the way that we connect, of Google form where you can submit and be part of the podcast, but also we have a blog, guys. I never thought I was ever gonna say that, but we do have a blog, which is crazy. And I'm an English major. If you guys didn't know, I'm getting my BA in English, and I always been someone who likes to communicate more through writing than through speaking. So I knew that the next step should be to create a blog. So I would love if you can go check out our first blog post. That'll be cool. That'll be nice. And basically, I'm very excited. So the blog post will be every Friday. So for our podcast, it will be every Wednesday and Sunday, and for our blog, it will be every Friday. So stay tuned for that. This week I'm not gonna put a blog, but next week, next Friday is gonna be the first blog, because I really want to give the time and my energy to the first guest, which I'm not gonna mention yet because it's a surprise. But this Sunday is gonna be the first guest of 2023, which I'm very excited about. And also, I wanted to kind of begin the new season with an amazing, amazing quote, which I think many of us can connect to, and many of us, like myself, can feel kind of like the little push we need, which is start before you're ready. Um, this quote, I think, was on my mind way before I started the podcast because I always found an excuse to not start a podcast and create this amazing community because of my fears and my insecurities. So I'm here to tell you that you should start before you're ready, whatever it is, a small business, an Instagram involving what you love, which is cooking maybe, or I don't know, books, or is you like to train a lot or you love to write and you want to have a poetry page, like whatever it is, you should start before you're ready. I think we live now in an era of social media where we compare ourselves quite a lot, and we compare ourselves with people who are already, well, we say successful, in our own terms of what success is. And we say, wow, that person is so successful, but I can never reach that goal. Or if I start now, I'm not ready enough to reach whatever they're doing. So right now I'm telling you that you should do it before you're ready, before you feel ready, because I started it and look how much it led me. And I'm not saying, I don't want you guys to think, oh my God, she thinks she saw that or whatever. Like, no, I'm just saying that I am now, where I want to be. I have a community, I have a platform where I can connect with amazing people, and which I has gotten an opportunity to interview people I admire, and it is crazy. Um, so start before you're ready, whatever it is, start small. It doesn't matter if you don't have I don't know, the money to have what the other people have. Like, start with what you have. I have a computer, I have a microphone, I have earphones. I don't have a studio. I do it in my own bedroom. I have a ton of excuses to not do this, but yet I say, whatever I have, I'm going to use. And I think that's very important, that whatever you have is going to multiply if you have faith, if you have courage to do that, to start before you're ready. Um, and I hope you realize that this 2023 is going to be your year. If you decide, it's going to be, you can say it's going to be a good year, but if you don't believe it's not going to happen. So for this year, I want you guys to please do whatever you want to do. If you want to start a blog, start a blog. If you want to start a YouTube channel, start a YouTube channel. If you want to start a podcast, start a podcast. If you want to, I don't know, start selling stuff, so start selling your drawings, I don't know, your writing, your poems. Start now. Start before you're ready, because time is ticking, guys. And I know I'm very repetitive sometimes, but I think now is the time to start doing what you're doing. I wish I would have started this before. I started this about a year ago, just me, and had no idea if people were going to listen to it. And then 6 months later, I interviewed the first person, and it turned into this because I knew I wanted to create a platform where women, Latinas, minorities, where people, human beings, can come as they are and share the story of saying, if I could do it, you can too. And I think that was, always on my mind, but I was too scared to do it. So I wish I would have done this sooner. I wish I would have, taken that step out of my comfort zone way sooner. Maybe even in high school, I always had this idea of create a platform where people can connect with one another, where they can come as they are and share their stories. But I was too scared, and I always thought, oh my God, what are my friends are gonna think? What are these people gonna think? And by the end of the day, honestly, someone's gonna judge you if you do something or not. So I think, I wish I would have done something like this way before, but I also think, God prepared me for this time. It was a long journey, and I really think now I'm in a point in my life where I don't care quite a lot. I mean, I do care, but, like, I don't really care anymore, because I'm like, I wanna tell my children that I did something. I wanna tell my children that, I decided to create a podcast, and I decided to create a website, create a community, and that, if mom can do it, you can too, type of vibe. And I really wanna inspire you to do that. If I can inspire you to start something, I absolutely, absolutely, will be worth it to do this. And if you guys have any questions, if you want to start a podcast, just totally DM me, my personal, or through the Instagram's podcast. And I will absolutely love to help you. I think especially I'm absolutely want to help Latinas and minorities, because I think the podcast industry is dominated by white people. And I think that needs to change, because I think there's a lot of Latinas, Latinos, and Latines who have stories that need to be heard. Or if you don't want to start a podcast, but you want to want to form part of the podcast by me interviewing you, absolutely submit, in the form, and absolutely love to have you. Um, because I think our stories need to be heard. And I hope it's a very short episode, but I hope you got inspired a little bit. I talked really fast at the beginning. I hope it made sense also. But thank you so much for sticking around. Start before you're ready. Start this year, whatever it is, takes baby steps. Start now, because time is ticking. And I hope you realize how inspiring, incredible, and remarkable you are, because the world needs to hear your story. The world needs your talent, your gift, your passion more than ever. and I hope to hear all about it because I can't wait. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, an amazing middle hump week or hump day, and talk to you all on Sunday with the first guest. And I can't wait for you to hear their stories because they're absolutely incredible and inspiring. And I can't even like still understand how they said yes into forming part of the podcast. But I'm very excited. And yeah, also please, if you'd like to form part of the podcast, submit the form. If you like to talk, DM me. My DMs are open. My messages are open for you. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And talk to you all this Sunday, not next week, this Sunday. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, an amazing day, and talk to you all on Sunday. Bye.